Good evening, Dhamma friends. Welcome back. Day 58
Good evening,
of our OPRC class. A very good evening.
Hey, everyone.
So today, I probably we have newcomers. Stacey is new today, and we have another. I think somebody should be. I hope that they will be able to catch up. But let's give us a couple of seconds for others to show up. Okay, I think it's good. Let's get started by paying respect to them. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavatu arahatu samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavatu arahatu samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavatu arahatu Samma Sambuddhassa. I think all of you are already aware that our class, which stands for online Pali reading class, which has been in existence for almost 57 days since 2023, July. In this class, we are looking at how to read text, especially original text. At the same time, going to understand the contextual, literal meaning of those texts. One very important thing is that I'm not trying to complicate Pali a lot. That's the most important thing. Otherwise, we could have started a very much a Pali class, which would have, I think, driven many of you away with that Pali. So our main focus is to, get you to be comfortable, familiar with the chanting, reading actually. I know a lot of you have been benefiting and learning the meaning, the contextual meaning of Pali. I think sharing with you many times that every Pali word has a literal meaning and a contextual meaning. And most of the Pali words have more than 5-6 meanings. Even the famous Pali word, Samayang, Evang, Me, Sutang, Ekang, Samayang. This Samayang itself, the Pali word Samayang itself has 9 meanings in English. So which meaning is this? So we have to understand which meaning is that. In order to understand the proper meaning, we have to read the preceding paragraph and then the subsequent paragraph if we want to understand the meaning in the middle between the preceding and the following paragraph. So it's kind of a tedious work. That's why I'm trying to help you out. Not to go to a lot of hard-core Dhamma teachings, but rather than learning from these texts. And we have been picking up Khuddaka Nikaya since July 2023. Now we have finished Khuddaka Nikaya, and then we moved on to Dhammapada, a very easy text where we need to understand. That means if you miss out on one day, but you can catch up with that particular day. Every day there's a different stanza, so right. But that doesn't mean that you can miss out on the class. Don't take it as a free pass. Okay, so let's go and check it out. Today's text. Right. Stanza number 30th. We have almost come down to the end of, I think mostly around the end of Appamadavaka, diligence. This whole chapter is about diligence. Diligence, we understand diligence to be the urge, the primary urge which we all have to practice Dhamma. Dhamma journey is a process, it's a journey. right? So our main motivation behind our Dhamma journey is diligence. So we have to be diligent, not become late in our mundane life, in your mundane life, as well as in your spiritual life. Because if you're late in your spiritual journey or in mundane journey, there's a cost that you have to pay off after that. You don't have to pay that cost. Spiritually, you will have to pay, and mundane wise, you will have to pay that cost. Right? This is the cost we are going to pay for being lack in our Appamada practice. So that's why we have to learn more about Appamada, how to practice it, under different conditions. Today, we have a very interesting person about Appamada. Let's check it out, this stanza. And he is one of the epitome, role model in terms of understanding Appamada. First, we are going to read the stanza. Stacy, I think I'm going to put you into group 8. Your chanting group is group. I forgot to do that. I think the others come, I can do that too. All right. Appamadena maghava devanang settatang gato appamadang pasansanti pamadu garahito sada. Once again, appamadena maghava devanang settatang gato appamadang pasansanti pamadu garahito sada. Okay, now I'm going to ask someone, one per one group initially, and then I'm gonna make it open to the flow. All right, someone from group 1, I would like to ask that person to read from group 1. You can raise your virtual hand for this. Okay, and just go ahead.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Appamadena magava devanang settatang gato appamadang pasan santi pamado garahito sada.
Okay, great. I don't think it's a very difficult stanza for many of you. Hopefully, you shall pass on. Okay, great. Group number 2. Yes, Kim, let's go ahead.
Bhante.
Yes, please.
Appamadena magawa devanang setatang gato appamadang pasam santi pamado garahito sada.
Okay, great. Yes. Group number 3. Oh, I think 2 people raised their hand. Chupeng and Lo Biling. I think Chupeng raised the hand first. Is it okay if I put Lo Biling later? Okay. Yes, Chupeng.
Good evening.
Good evening. Yes.
Appamadena magawa dewanang settatang gato appamadang pasam santi pamado garohito sada.
Okay, great.
Thank
Group 4. Yes, Kebion, please.
Thank you, Bhante. Appamadena magava devanang sitatang gato appamadang pasam santi pamado garahito sada.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
And it's going to be group 4, right? Group 5. Yes, group 5. Yes, Melinda, let's go ahead.
Thank you, Bhante. Appamadena magawa devanam setatam gato appamadam pasansanti pamado karahito sada.
Great.
Thank you, Bhante.
Group 6. Isitam, please go ahead.
Appamadena magawa devanam setatang gato apang madang pasa santi pamado garahito sada.
Great. And group 7.
Thank you.
Group 7. Yes, Emma, yes. Go ahead. Yeah, can you please unmute?
Apa madena magawa dewanam seta tam gato apa madam pasam santi pamado garahido sada.
Great. And group 8. That's group 3. Oh, I think the both of you raised at the same time. Maybe I'll give Stacy. Yeah, yes, Stacy, please go ahead.
Okay. Appamadena magawa devanang setatang gato. Appamadang pasang santi pamado garahito sada.
Okay, great. Good reading. All right, now I'm going to give to others the general flow, starting with B. Ling and then John Paklan. B. Ling, please go ahead.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Appamadena magawa devanang setatang gato. Appamadang pasang santi. Pamado garahito sada.
Okay, great.
Thank
And
you.
then John Paklan. Yes.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Appamadena magawa devanam satatam gato.
Setatam.
Setatam gato. Appamadam pasam santi pamado garahito sada.
Okay, great.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes. And we have yes.
Pasam
Go ahead.
santi.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Pamado garahito sada.
Yes, please. Oi.
Appamadena magawa dewanang setatang gato. Appamadang pasam santi pamado garahito sada.
Okay, great. And
Thank
we
you,
have
Bhante.
Rashmi.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Appamadena madhava devanang settatangato appamadam pasansanti pamado garahito sada.
Okay, great. And Nayan Chen. Yes.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Appamadena magawa devanang setatang gato. Appamadang pasang santi pamado garahito sada.
Okay, great.
Thank
And,
you, Bhante.
and we have Doris. Yes.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Appamadena magawa devanang setatang gato. Appamadam pasam santi pamado garahito sada.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
And we have Pochuwon.
Thank you, Bhante. Good
Yes.
evening, Bhante, and
Good evening.
everyone.
Yes.
Yeah. Appamadena magawa devanang setatang gato. Appamadang pasang santi pamado garahito sada.
Okay, great.
Thank you,
And
Bhante.
we have Serene.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Appamadena magawa dewanang setatang gato. Appamadang pasang santi pamado garahito sada.
Okay, great. And Mayor. Yes.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Appamadena magawa dewanang setatang gato. Appamadang pasang santi pamado garahito sada.
Okay, great. And we have Indra. Yes.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Appamadena magawa devanang setatang gato. Appamadang pasang santi. Pamado garahito sada.
Okay, great. And we have Jenny. Yes.
Okay, Bhante.
Yes.
Appamadena magawa dewanang setatang dato. Appamadang pasang santi pamado garahito sada.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
And the last one is Lisa.
Good
Lisa.
evening, Bhante.
Yes, good evening.
Apamadena makava devanam sethatam gato. Apamadam para pasam santi pamado garahito sada.
Okay, great. And Susan. Yes.
Good evening, thank you.
Evening. Yes.
Apamadena magava devanam setatam gato. Apamadam pasam santi pamado garahito sada.
Yeah, great. All right. Anybody else who came up with an idea to read, in the last minute? Yes, Margaret. Yes. Let's go ahead.
Appamadena magava devanam setatam gato. Appamadam pasam santi pamado garahito sada.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Yes. And Corina, yes.
Hey, Bhante, good evening.
Good evening. Yes.
Appamadena bhagawa devanam satanam gato.
Settatam gato.
Setanam gato. Devanam Devanam setanam gato.
I think there is one letter that you are missing. Settatam gato.
Devanam settatam gato.
Yeah, good. When you're not sure about it, just slow down and read slowly. Settatam gato.
Setanam gato.
Oh, setanam gato. Settatam gato.
Setanam gato.
Okay.
Appamadinam pasam santi. Appamadam pasam santi. Pamado garahito sada.
Okay. Are you reading from my screen or are you reading from your phone?
Yes, on screen.
Okay. I thought that you don't see the letters.
No, I see.
All right. Okay. Anybody else? All right. I think all are interested about the story. Yeah. Stanza and the story. And this is very interesting, an interesting stanza, which speaks about Sakka. Actually, his name is Indra. The famous name is Indra, but Sakka is one of the appellations, I would say, names that he got due to his certain activities. There are many other words that we see for Sakka. Normally we use 7 appellation words, 7 words for Sakka. One word is, the main one is Indra, and there are other 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, and this is one of them, Sakka. Okay, let's see the translation first. Appamadena maghava devana settatam gato. Very easy to find out the order. Maghava. Maghava means, who is Magha? Magha. Magha. Magha means? Magha means?
An epithet of Sakka, Bhante.
Magha means the Sakka's name before he became the Sakka. So he did something to become Sakka, Indra, and then his name at that time, before he became a Deva, was Magha. He was living in a city called Machala city, and then Magha was his name at that time, before he became a Deva. Okay? Now, with diligence, this Magha, with diligence, Devanam Settatangatu. Devanam means among the Deva. Among the Deva. Settatangatu. Setta means the greatest place. That means the highest place. I would say the head god. So due to the diligence, Magha, the young man called Magha, became the head god, which is what is implied within that is among the other devas. Is this a very complicated statement? But is Sakka actually the head god? Then who is the head god? If it's not the head god, who is the head god? Head deva. Because we don't talk about the gods. In Christianity, they call about God. It's kind of a monotheistic God. But here, Mara is the most powerful deva. But other devas don't accept him. Very interesting, huh? Sometimes you have a lot of powers, but other people don't accept you. Because Mara's activities mostly are not wholesome. He's trying to enlist other people. He's trying to distract other people. Sakka never does that. Sakka is a Buddhist deva, wholesome deva. He's trying to help out other beings to become better people and finally achieve Nibbana. So that's why we call the Indra, God Indra or Sakka is the head deva. Although Mara, Vasavatti Mara, is the most powerful deva. It is said that when Vasavatti Mara was going to fight with the Buddha, Sakka and all the other devas were very frightened, scared. Now what would happen? Will something happen to the Buddha? Right? Finally, what was the forlorn help for the Buddha? The earth. He touched the earth. This earth knows my sacrifices. 4 perfections, paramita. I have nobody else to say. There's nobody else who is going to defend me. It's only the earth. It is said that when he touches the earth, there were a lot of tremors, and finally it was a very mammoth earthquake. Mara was like, "Oh, what is this?" He's trying to think about, remind him that there is proof that the earth can reflect and show. That's why in some of the Buddha statues, Buddha has a certain sculpturistic attitude. Bhumi sparsha mudra, that touches the earth. You see some statues. At the moment that he touches the earth to show the Mara that this earth has all the proof for my sacrifice, my compromise to the enlightenment. So anyways, Sakka is considered as the head god according to the Buddhist teachings because he's the most wholesome deva among the deva worlds. Why was Indra able to become the greatest deva? It is because Appamada. We have to learn about what he did in terms of Appamada to become the Indra, Sakka. Then, Appamadam pasang santi. Who are appreciating, who are praising Appamada? We have to take it as in an implied sense, the devas. Devas always appreciate, praise, diligence. At the same time, devas garahitu, devas insult, devas criticize people who are late. So devas always appreciate those of them who are diligent in the Dhamma practice. And those who are late in their Dhamma practice are always criticized. They are not appreciated by the devas. Now you can think about whether devas appreciate you or not. You know how late, how early, how diligent you are in your Dhamma. Right? And sometimes you may feel that there are certain invisible forces that are helping you in your life. You don't know that you are always motivated and helped out by these non-human beings. They could be devas. If devas like you, Devas are giving you help which you cannot even think about, imagine. Sometimes, if you are such a good person and you may encounter a lot of narrow escapes, accidents, falls. If you take a moment of time to reflect upon what happened, I think I would have definitely fallen. I would have definitely met with a certain problem in my life at that point, but it didn't happen. A good Samaritan came up and saved me. Who is that? Who is this good Samaritan? Who is this good person? I never expected. They could be Devas. Wholesome Devas, they are helping me. Normally we understand there are 3 Devas who are always with us. The first one is one of the Devas who were your mother or father in a previous life. This is one Deva. Second is one of the teachers in your life. Become a Deva, now trying to support you, help you. Third one is a Deva who is in your house. In Buddhism, we believe every house occupies a Deva. But the Deva who is occupying in your house depends on how peaceful is the household. Then a good Deva will occupy. If the household is a place of lot of arguments, lot of problems, lot of issues, then a lower Deva will come and take over. But don't worry, there's any kind of Deva that should be in your household, right? So there are 3 types of Devas who are supportive, very helpful beings. So Sakka is one of them. So anyways, they are very much supportive for other people, especially who are diligent people, who are not wasting time, who are not taking time for granted in their own his or her life. So that's what the Devas do. I think the most important part of this stanza is the story. Today we are going into the story a bit earlier because that story has a lot of things to learn. The stanza is just an idea about how important is it for all of us to practice diligence. I mean, verbally, physically, and then mentally. Okay? You don't see the story here, so you have to listen to me then for that. Definitely, the story. What is the story? Okay, first let's understand the Pali word Indra. Indra. The Sakka's real name is Indra. What is Indra? What does Indra mean? Indra means the dominant one. Indra means dominant one. So you may have heard a Pali word Pancha Indriya. Pancha Indriya. What is that? 4, 5 sense faculties. 6 sense faculties. Shadindriya. That Indriya comes from Indra. Because these sense faculties dominate us. They dominate our capacity to process the external sense media that are coming into our sensory experience. Then the way how we deal with is individualistic. Now, say for instance, there are 2 people. Then there is a very interesting taste that the both are going to have in a restaurant. One person tastes it without being so much infatuated with the taste. The other person has a lot of interpretations for each bite. Right? For each bite, that person is coming up with experience. Now, don't think that I'm telling you that not to enjoy your food. Just go and enjoy. But I'm telling you, there are some people who are habitually, they are trying to, they might say, I pay for it, why don't I enjoy this food? Yes, you should. But the nature, how some people are experiencing the taste. For every bite, thinking. Every mouthful, thinking. How different is this particular food compared to my previous experience, interpreting sense media. So finally what happens is that that particular taste is going to take you over. So your Indriya is not going to be powerful. That's why this Pali word Indriya comes from Indra. The Indra means Saka. So then what happened was that one day, one Lichavi, who is a Lichavi? Lichavi is one of the persons in the what you call Vesal, Vishala, who came to see the Buddha. Now we normally know Lichavi, the first democratic government in the world that we understand is from the Buddhist text, the Vesali. It is said that there were 7,762 kings in one kingdom. And it is said that they were ruling the whole state with lots of democracy. That's why one day there were two ministers from the king Ajasatta. Magadha came to see the Buddha and asked the Buddha, Bhante, we want to take over Lichavi state, Vesali. Then Buddha said, no, don't even think about it. You can't take it. Because they have seven guidelines that they are using for ruling the country. Let me tell you a couple of them. Every time their mandate is that if they want to get together, everybody must get together at the same time. When they disperse after the council meeting, everybody is dispersing at the same time. Not like, okay, I gotta go, in 10 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, no. Meeting at the same time, they get together. When they disperse together. And they were putting high value to take care of women in the country and elderly. So there were very interesting 7 things. The Buddha said, as long as they practice these 7, you will never take over. King Ajasatta cannot take over Vesali. So this Vesali is one of the very interesting places. So one of the Lichavins called Mahali came to see the Buddha and asked the Buddha, Bhante, I recently listened to a Dhamma talk which you gave, Sakkapanya Sutta. This is an interesting sutta. Sakkapanya Sutta comes in where it comes in. Let's go and see it. Sakkapanya Sutta. Digha Nikaya, number 21. I think we don't have time to talk about all these because of timing. I just have to summarize a little bit. Mahali told the Buddha, Bhante, I listened to this sutta. So after listening to this talk, I felt like you are talking in that sutta just as you really saw Sakka. Did you really see Sakka? Or you are talking by imagination? Or has Sakka seen you? Has Sakka really listened to you? Then the Buddha said, it is not an imagination. I've seen him. I have talked to him. But it is very difficult to see him. He is such a busy man. So it's very difficult to see. But I have seen him. I have talked to him. I know about him very well. Then the Buddha said, Sakka has what you call 7 names. Now I'm going to type in them one by one. So please, take notes of these ones. The first name is Magga. Okay, Magga means his lay name in his previous life. Okay, Magga. Okay, now this is the word that you see in this stanza. Appamadena Maghava. Magga. His lay name in his previous life. Name number 2 is Sakko. Why is he called as Sakko? The one who gave dana by inquiring before the dana, before, during, and after for the benefit of the recipients. Okay, sakko. The meaning of sakka means, now actually Buddha asked all of us to be sakka, because when you give a dana, you have to know whether the recipient likes what you are offering. You don't have to make the recipient your guinea pig. They should not be your guinea pig. You make a new dessert today and you are going to bring it to Bihar, and you have never checked that too. And you are asking from the monks, Bhante, how is the pudding, caramel pudding? But that's not a nice thing, They shouldn't be your guinea pigs. And whenever you are buying something for somebody, even not Sangha members, you have to know whether this is going to really work for that person. So Sakka means having done this inquiry with the recipients, whether my offering is really going to benefit them or not. Not that I think and I do. That's not nice. That's not the real way. But let's say you are going to a big Mahasangika Dana. There are 200 monks are coming. You can't do this. You are just participating with a robe. You may buy a robe and you offer it. But let's say you are offering a couple of Sangha members. And this is your day. Tomorrow is your day to give dana. You are asking what could be the best way. But I know in some Buddhist culture, some Sangha members don't like you asking. They are different cultures. Now we have to deal with not the Buddhist teachings, but the Buddhist cultures. Right? So it has been a very tough thing for many devotees. If you look at the text, that is not what they are supposed to be. When you ask, no, why you ask me? You just offer what you want. Right? But the real way is that just to see a nice compromise between two, that you like what I offer, then I know that what I offer is okay for you. I mean, that's nice. It's a good compromise. So then you understand and the Sangha member understand. Hope that Sangha members are friendly, the way that they can discuss with you and you can discuss with them. That's a very nice, level of that kind of a dana. So sakko means be able to inquire before offering, even before gift, when you are giving anything. So Indra got this sakka because he has done it in his previous life as a mugger. Number 3, the name number 3. This is called Purindada. Purindada means one who gave dana in every city. This mugger used to give dana in every city where he goes. Right? Wherever he goes, he used to give dana. Not even for the monks, but also especially for the normal people. We don't hear that Sakka gave dana to the monks. What we hear is that mugger gave a lot of welfare, done a lot of welfare for many. He constructed places for people to relax, some water fountains for people to relax when they are getting tired on the way on the roads, and many things. So he didn't, wherever he goes, not even in his own city, right? Like something happened a long time ago. Like in Sri Lanka, normally when a Sangha member gets on a bus anywhere in Sri Lanka, it is the common place for the lay people to stand to make the seat vacant and to give the seat. But some people feel very uncomfortable because sometimes they have to, some of the Thai Sangha members tell me, we would like to go to Sri Lanka. We get the seats for sure, of the buses. We don't have it in Thailand. Thailand, we can't get it. But in Sri Lanka, when a Sangha member gets on the bus, like definitely the first couple of seats, the people who are already there, they're going to actually stand and they're going to give to the Sangha members. But there was one incident happened a long time ago, I remember. In one place that one layperson did not stand And then others were asking, why you didn't want to stand? Because those Sangha members not are in our village, not in our temple that we go. so that's why this kind of idea, then later other people explain to, Sangha member is Sangha member, wherever they come from, the other country, anyway. So if we bring that idea to this thing, that means our practice should be the same wherever we go, with whoever we are dealing with. Not only with our local temple, not only with our local temple monks, not only with our local people. We have to be generous wherever we go. So Purindada means city. Purindada means someone who is giving dana wherever she goes. That's name 3. Name 4 is going to be Vasavu. I'm going to add 2 A's because I can't put diacritical marks. Vasavu means the one who builds shelter. Interesting. That means this Indra has also built a lot of houses for other people. Actually, he did all this with his 32 other friends. So that's why we call 33. So he and his 32 friends. So he constructed houses with other his friends or others. Number 5 is going to be Sahasakko, the one who can think, okay, this is very interesting. Sahasakko, the one who can think 1,000 meanings of a particular word or a concept. Can we think about at least 5 meanings of a word sometimes? But Magga could think about 1,000 meanings of even one concept. It's actually imagination is so vast, so wide. Actually, this is mostly when it comes to the Sakka state, I mean Indra state, not when he became the layperson. Some of them are from his present life. And then 6th one is Sujampati. Sujampati. That means the one who married an Asura virgin, a lady called Sujata. Okay, Sujampati. Pati is what do you call husband? So Suja's husband. Very interesting story. We can actually cover that too on the way. And the last name is Devanamindu. Devanamindu. The one who is the greatest among all other deities. All right, 7. Magga Sakko Purindada Vassavo Sahasakko Sujampati Devanamindu. This has to be the one. There's a typo. The one who is the greatest among all other deities. All right, so has anybody encountered number 7 anywhere in your readings? I'm asking from my Friday Sutta discussion, TRE discussion participants. Have you ever found out this word before? They are learning Dajagga Sutta these days. And we have learned this Pali word, Devanamindu, Sakko Devanamindu, Deve Tavatin Se. Devanamindu. Dajagga Sutta has Devanamindu, the Pali word. That means the one who is the greatest among all other deities. All right, now what's happening? Let me tell you shortly. Now this Indra, actually we can call his lay name before he became the Deva, Magga, one day went to a festival, a very big festival. At that time, there were no very structured places for people to sit down. no big huts, no big places for onlookers to sit and watch the festival. So everybody has to make his or her own hut. So Maga went early there. So he went with a certain tool and he started digging the floor, the earth, and then he managed to make a nice place for him to stay overnight and to watch this. But what happened once he sat down to rest here, just to wait for the festival, somebody else came, pushed him out, kicked him out, and then he took it over. This happened to him. But he did not get angry. Okay, you take it, it's okay. Then he went to another place. He did the same thing. He dug the place and then now he's staying there just by waiting. And another evil person came in and kicked him out. This is my place. So he became very much victimized by these people who came to the show. He went to the third place. Another person came and did the same thing to him. To Sakkai in that life, last life, before he became the Deva. But he didn't become angry. He thought, oh, right, I have to tolerate what's going on. Maybe all these people need something and I can do something for these people. So from tomorrow, I have 32 people with my friends. I will talk to them. I am going to start doing certain welfare things for other people. Very interesting idea. Now, normally, when you are making something, when other people coming and taking that over, you will never do welfare from that day on. I'm always the victim of these people. But Maga thought, no. If you want to have the place, you take it. And I think this is a very interesting disguise blessing for me to navigate my spirituality. So he talked to other 32 people, friends, including his 4 wives. He had 4 wives, Nanda, Chitta, Sudamma, Sujata. And he said to them, from today, we are going to create our own spiritual welfare by spending more time for other people, not for us. What we're going to do, we're going to make the roads, we're going to make water fountains for people who are getting tired on the highways, other places, and we are going to build certain places for people to rest. And we are going to make he had many other projects. So he shared with his friends and they started. Anyways, now things are happening in this way. Now they are very much into doing these things for other people. The village man, the head man of the village thought, this group is like a group of thieves. Actually, they are not thieves, but the way how they are doing things don't seem to make me popular. It seems that they are taking over popularity in this village. So I have to fabricate a lie to the king. I gotta go and tell the king, dear king, the majesty, these 33 people, the group, they are thieves. I don't know, they are very fast. They are making houses, they are making water fountains. I don't know their ulterior motive. Maybe you should arrest them. We should kill them. Then what happened? The king was, and they were listening to these people, slandering people at that time. They were not actually doing their own surveillance. So he said, okay, bring them here. I'm going to ask the royal elephant to step on them. So they will be killed by the royal elephant. So they were brought to the place. And then the king asked the royal elephant, the person who's handling the mahout, hey, you're going to bring the royal elephant over these people's body. But the royal elephant was petrified just before their bodies. His body was very stiff. Nothing can be done. The king was very surprised. What's happening? And at that point, Maga told all the other friends, including Vayus, we have no help other than metta. Metta, samachitta. That's very interesting. We have to practice metta with samachitta. What is samachitta? Samachitta means equal mind. When we practice loving kindness, our level of loving kindness should be equal to everybody, to my mother, my father, this, that, should be the same. I don't think your metta is going to be like that for the most part. You think, my family, I'm going to do more metta, and for others, maybe little metta. All living beings, I don't know them, so maybe definitely lower than them. So that's not going to be the metta practice which the Buddha said. The Magga also said the same Buddha idea. Metta practice must be practiced with the Samachitta practice. Remember what happened to Devadatta? Monk Devadatta, again I shared with you a long time ago, maybe a couple of weeks ago. When monk Devadatta was going to die, was very sick. At that time, he told his followers, monks, I want to see the Buddha. And other monks, his followers said, no, don't go and see them because you are, insulting us. Now we are not in the Buddha's group. And plus, I think Buddha is very angry with you. You've done a lot of bad things to him. Then monk Devadatta said something very interesting. No. The Buddha's mind towards his son, Rahula, and Angulimala, who killed almost 1,000 people, and the Nalagiri elephant, whom I asked Ajasatta to send to Buddha to kill the Buddha, and to me, Devadatta, is same. Monk Devadatta said, Buddha has no two level of metta. His metta is same to his son, same to me, same to Angulimala, same to Nalagiri. So please take me to the Buddha. Very interesting. So this is called Samachitta. Now, Magga told other 32 friends, including his wives, don't worry, we only have the metta. Nobody else can help us now. We're going to embrace the death happily because we have lots of metta. We have no anger towards this elephant. We have no anger towards the king who is misguided by the village headman. And then for the second time, the king asked the royal elephant to step on these people and to kill them. And the elephant even could not step from that point onwards because of the power of the metta of these people. Now, after listening to this story, and don't let yourself go to a place of elephants and let the elephants come on and step over you. Definitely you will die. You won't be able to survive from that elephant's attack. But Magga had a lot of good karmas, the people. Then what happened? The king said, I think there is something wrong here. Maybe I'm going to talk to Magga. And then the Magga said, we are not thieves. What we understand is that one of the village headmen fabricated a lie. And then he was very sad about it. So he released all these people. Then what happened? Magga, with his 32 friends, including his wife, did a lot of welfare work, actually. Build houses, especially common places, public places, water fountains, and many things for people. People were really will help out with this construction. Finally, what happened? Magga passed away, and 3 of his wives also passed away: Nanda, Chitta, Sudama, and Sujata also passed away. All the others passed away. So then, Magga became the Indra or Sakka. Then Sakka was looking at what happened to other people. Sujata is not there. His wife Sujata is not there in the Tavatinsa. And he was looking at what happened to her. He became a crane in the human world. Crane was trying to catch fish. A female crane. He was trying to pity on his wife, Sujata, thinking that I think I want to bring her to Tavatinsa in the proper way. So he went to that particular place, and then met Sujata, who is a crane now. He's trying to catch fish, and he told them. And then he said, you know what? You were my wife in the previous life, but I pity on you. I really want to support you. Very interesting story. Sakka was pitying on one of the previous wives, and then said, okay, if you really want to see your other queens, I mean co-queens, other my wives, I am going to bring you to the Tavatinsa. So he brought this crane to the Tavatinsa in whatever the way. And she saw the happiness over there. Then she said, I don't want to live in the Tavatinsa because I'm an animal. Plus, all these people are insulting me, telling me about what they have done and now where they are. So I go back to please bring me to the lake where I was living. After going back to the lake, Sakha, Indra told her something very interesting. I still pity on you. I think I should tell you something to do to become a better person. One day you should be then able to be in the Tavatins. From today, you are a crane, no? You are eating fish. From today, you are taking 5%. Not killing, not stealing, not sexual misconduct, not lying, and last one. I particularly tell you, from today, you don't kill fish. You only eat the dead fish. From today, you eat only the dead fish. I think this is a very interesting idea. Is this the idea for the vegetarianism, or probably the way how Buddha looked at meat eating, fish meat eating? And then she said, okay, because I take the precept from today, I'm not going to catch fish. There are certain fish who die naturally, and then I go and I have to eat because I am a crane. Then Sakha wanted to test whether she's doing the right thing. Sakha became a fish and then went near her. And then Sakha showed that he's dead as a fish. And she took this fish into her mouth, and then Sakha started wagging the tail. Okay. Then she dropped it. She dropped that fish. And Sakha understood, okay, I think she's practicing. And after a couple of seconds, this fish Sakha showed that he's dead again. Again, she took the fish, and again Sakha started wagging the tail, and again she dropped it. So he did it for 3 times. And then Sakha told, I know you're practicing Sila. Good on you. Good for you. And he left. Very interesting. That means you cannot kill, but you can eat. Now somebody can argue that then these fish people, they are catching fish for us, but they are not catching fish for certain people. So it depends. I mean, if you want to be a vegetarian, can be so. But the Buddha's idea is something similar to what the Sakha is asking from Sujata as a crane. Then what happened? Because she's not eating properly, she cannot find out the dead fish a lot. She became very pale, dry. She passed away because she cannot survive with the dead fish all the time. Because their natural instinct is to find the living fish. Then what happened? Because she practiced Sila even for a short time, she was reborn somewhere in India with a very beautiful, pretty body because of practicing the Sila. That means if you want to be a pretty, handsome person, practice Sila. Now, you don't think that if you are very ugly, not nice, people don't appreciate you, you may not have practiced Sila that much. But what happened after this life? She was reborn as an Asura, the daughter to the main Asura in the Asura world. Right? She became the daughter to the Vepachitti Asura in the Asura world. Then one day, now Sakha was looking for his wife, previous wife. Okay, so now she became Asura. And Vepachitti Asura wanted to give his daughter, Sujata, even at that time, to someone who is suitable. So he called upon all the big Asura, handsome Asuras to come to a certain ceremony. Then Sakha, he was disguised as an old Asura, very elderly Asura. He also went there. Others didn't know. So she was going one by one, like Prince Siddhartha went to, the girls at that time, and he stopped at Yashoda. And then after many, probably 100 Asuras, she stopped at this elderly Asura. She put the garland around his neck. It is said in Pali, I quoted this Pali statement, Sapi ito chitocha olo kenti. She was looking here and there. Tan ditta battav puppa sannivase. Because she had stayed with this man before in past life. Uppannena pemena, due to the relationship she had with this man. Even he looks older. She felt kind of a connection, like a chemistry, to this elderly man. Then all the asuras were very unhappy. See who she found out, an elderly man over here. They all left. At that time, Sakka, Indra, shouted, I am the Sakka. I took this Sujata into my Tavatins. And he went back with Sujata. So this is what happened in the story. So then they all were back to the Tawatinsa, 33 people, including Sakka. Something that is really interesting to study about Sakka in this story is that what he did in terms of becoming Sakka or Indra, other than constructing these places. So I would show you, you can actually go down in this stanza here. There's a sutta for that. Samyutta Nikaya 11.11. In this sutta, it is said that Sakka practiced 7 things, 7 vows. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think we have to study definitely these 7. How he became the Indra. Number 1. Yava Jivang Mata Petti Baro Asang. As long as I live, may I support my parents. Taking care of the parents is the first thing Mother appreciated and Mother did. That means we may have some problems in the way how our mother, father, some of us think, but it's okay. We should be able to take care of them. Even if they have passed away, we are going to think about their next life. So that is number 1, which he did. Number 2, which Sakka did, Mother did. Yava Jivan Kule Jetta Pachai Asa. As long as I live, may I respect my elders. Who are the elders here, Dhamma friends? Elders. Are elders only the people who are elder than you by age? Or are there different elders? Why do you worship monks? Maybe there is a very young monk, 20 years old monk, but you go and you worship that monk. Why? Why is it? Elderly, not by age, by sila practice, by samadhi practice, by panya practice. They are elder than you. So being elder doesn't only mean that you have to become age, or you have to sort of, see somebody who is having age. So it can be in many ways. So the second thing that Sakka practice as Magga was to respect the elders. How to respect the elders? Can I know? May I know? How to respect them? How to respect the elders?
Offering anything.
So we have to prioritize them.
Prioritize them.
Prioritize them. Maybe they may need a seed. Maybe they need a helping hand. Things. But it depends on different cultures. Now, in Western cultures, if you're going to treat someone as you are elderly, they might not like it. I'm still young. Huh? Don't treat me as elderly. I remember one person who went from another country. He was trying to help someone cross the street. He didn't ask. So he went like in his country. And then he was insulted by the person. You think I'm elderly? I still can go to the other part of the road, Don't try to make me like this cheap, I can do that. So we have to understand where we are and then to do this practice of taking care of the elders. Wherever we go, we have to know how they would like to be treated. Okay, number 2. Number 3 is Yava Jivan Sandha Vacho Vasaha. In very interesting, as long as I live, may I speak gently. That means words that come to our mouth. You think you will be passed in that moment, in this category? Are your words very gentle, or you just say whatever comes to your mind, whatever comes to your mouth? And then say, you know what, I'm a straight person, huh? I have no double game. I speak very clearly, I speak very straight. But what you are talking all nonsensical, hurtful words to other people, maybe gossip. You don't think and talk. You just like a machine where there is no processing, The processor has been broken down. There is no processor in your words. So this Magga was able to become the Sakka because he always tried to speak. Sometimes you may not be able to talk gentle words, but think how to make yourself be gentle on other people. Right? Especially when you talk. What do you think about the gentle speech? How to become gentle in our speech? You have a moment, opportunity to share with me how you're doing that. If you cannot say that, means you are not doing that, probably. How to be gentle in your speech, in your talking? How?
Bhante, can I say without raising your your temperature?
Raising voice, yelling.
Don't be harsh. Don't be harsh.
Raising voice should be red flags. They are red flags. We should never raise voice and yell. It is our problem. Our problem should be kept with us. We should never yell. We should never raise voice. That is one thing. I think not many of you, I don't think you are doing, but there are people. And then, how to become gentle in our speech?
Being polite.
Yeah, polite.
Politely.
Yeah, polite. How to be polite in our speech? We are supposed to be polite beings, but there are people who expire.
Don't hurt people. Don't hurt people by your speech.
We do not use harsh and abusive speech.
Yeah. So do not use. But how to do it actually? I think more oftentimes people are so good, but they cannot sometimes become that gentle person. Why is it? Because they don't take time to understand what's happening. So they become the most evil person in those conversations. They look to be very good people. They say they practice metta. But when things go really not the way that expected, they become somebody who is not even practice metta. There are people who even doesn't practice metta, don't practice metta, but they are better than those people because they understand how to talk. So that means we need a certain reflection. The Buddha said, reflection before we talk. Then we can be gentle. Have you seen there are people who are very gentle, whatever happens to their life? Maybe some people are blaming them, criticizing them. They are trying to embarrass them, but they are so cool. They chill. They're okay. They don't take it seriously, personalize. Have you seen such people? There are. So we have to learn from these people. Right? We have to learn the secret of how to stay like that. That is the Dhamma practice, not just listening to a Dhamma talk and then become that mad person tomorrow, So that is the real Dhamma. That means that Dhamma has really gone into the life of that person. Whatever happens, he or she is very calm and quiet. And then how he or she knows how to talk. Reflect what you talk, reflect the content. Is this good? Is this really kind, sensitive? Is this a good one or not a good one, right? There are other problems that are really attached to this issue, right? Sometimes some people want to be perfectionists in the conversations. They want to take the last word in the conversation. So then these things are coming out, right? They want to dominate the other person in the conversation. They want to show off. They want to brag. Right? There are many, many sources behind why many people cannot be gentle. But they all say, no, no, I want to be gentle. I want to be polite. But in real life, they cannot be gentle and polite. Why? There are other problems attached to Sakkaya Ditthi going around in his or her life. He or she cannot stay onto that zone, that gentle zone. All right. So that I think we have to talk other things too. So if you have a question, you can raise later. The third thing Sakka as a Magga did was very interesting. This is very, very interesting one. First, he spoke very gently. He understood the situation. He know what he taught. As long as I live, may I avoid pisuna vacha, divisive speech. Yava jivang apisuna vacho asan. Apisuna vacho mean? What is pisuna vacha? I should never tell two things to two people. I should never divide other people's relationships. I should never talk bad mouth about somebody. Can you find out someone who is not bad mouthing in your family circles, friend circle? Can you easily find out? Oh, there are people who are trying to, get the benefit out of these conversations, get the benefit of your life, your friendships. Or they are looking for opportunities to bad mouth. When the opportunities are rising, the good people will become evil people, bad mouthers. Why say? They don't know that they will be, disqualified for becoming a deva if they do that. Now you understand. You're going to be disqualified outrightly if you badmouth about somebody. We don't have to. Let other people do the way that they want. We have to become better people. We should not bring other people into our life and think that other people has to be gone down. I have to go up. It's only me, myself. That this kind of mindset has to always be reduced. Then you don't find other people going to be a problem. So, no pisuna vacha was one of the things which Magga practiced in order to become Sakka. Number 5, very interesting. Yava jivang vigata mala maccherena chetasa agarang ajja vasiyang muttachago paitapani was sakkarato yachayogo dana samibha. I want to pick this one. As long as I live, may I maintain a generous and charitable mind at home, delighting in giving and sharing and free from stinginess. This Pali word is very interesting. Dana and Sangvibhagarata. These are two activities. That means this Magga was practicing both Dana and then Sangvibhaga. What is Dana? Dana means giving something to someone without expectations in return. You only expect the people who are enjoying the food or whatever the things be happy. Dana is a metta meditation at the end. May you be well and happy by eating my food, which I spent for this much money. I don't care about the money. I don't account for the money I spent for Dana. Unless you are in a committee, in a temple, right? My personal Dana, I don't account. Why? It's a Dana. If I account it, that is not good for me. Right? Unless you do your, probably your, taxing in a year. So, Dana means giving. What is Sangvibhaga? Can we give everything what we own to other people? Can we? Sometimes we cannot give, we can only share. We can only share maybe some valuable things we cannot give. So, Dana Sangvibhaga. Sakka says that I have been practicing Dana and Sangvibhaga, giving and sharing as much as possible in my lay life before becoming the Sakka. Number 6. This is also about the speech. Yava jivang, as long as I live, sacha vacho, may I always speak the truth. That means, may I, as long as I live, may I always speak the truth. One thing that I have observed about the Deva and who will really be taken the, will be receiving the happiness, what you call the praise of the Deva is someone who is speaking the truth. If you are a truthful person, Devas are really helping you anytime because you are such a truthful person. You cannot be truthful if you don't have sila. That's connected because you must be in a practice, then you are talking about that practice. It goes hand in hand, in tandem. So Devas are really happy. So in this case also, Sakka as a mother practice lots of truthfulness. Finally, very interestingly, Yavajivan akkodano asang sachepi me kodo uppajjaya kippamevanam pativina. Don't worry about this Pali. I just want to show that I quote it from here. As long as I live, may I be free from anger. And if anger arises, may I quickly let it go. This mugger's way is very interesting, right? Now, when you practice metta meditation, how many of you have practiced this way? They all practice, may I be well, happy, peaceful, may no harm come to me, may no. You're gonna becoming like a very ideal person who will have no anger at all. But Sakka, when he practices metta, he says, may no anger come to me. Not may no problems come to me. May no anger come to me. In case if anger is going to arise, may I be able to let it go, overcome as soon as possible. What a very beautiful prayer is that. We accept we are getting angry. I mean, until we attain Nibbana, even Anagami. But are we thinking this way? In case I become angry, may I be able to quickly let it go. Then many people asking, how to let go? They even attach to letting go. They even stuck in the letting go. Now here Sakka says, may I free from anger. Who is practicing metta this way? You are saying, may I free from problems, difficulties, failures. Why do you think, may I free from anger? And then in case, may I become angry, may I be able to have the capacity to let it go as soon as I can. What a beautiful way to think about. I think if we think this way, our anger will be really minimized. Lesson from the Sakka. So the last one is, may I be free from anger. If anger rises, may I quickly let it go. So these were the 7 things Magga practiced in order to become the Sakka. So he did not practice minimally. He practiced really well all these 7. Supporting parents, supporting elders, speaking gently, not bad-mouthing. Actually, when we talk about not bad-mouthing, what are we supposed to do? Why don't we talk about the positive side? Are we really praising the right people at the right time? Or are we bad-mouthing more than that? We should be able to be the people who are appreciating the people for the right things so that we can minimize the bad-mouthing. Have you ever seen any bad-mouther appreciate anybody? That is one of the indications of a bad-mouthing person. A person who bad-mouths cannot even appreciate oneself because no confidence to think about that I have some qualities. Everybody is differently good. Not that everybody must be just like us. You are unique in your own kusala practice. A, you are B, you are unique in your own good practice. You are C, B, D, whoever. So we have to appreciate. So bad mouthing will never happen. When we have more mudita, then number 5, dana and samvibhaga. Keep doing dana, sharing. Number 6, being truthful. Number 7, very interestingly, metta practice as an attitude. May I be free from anger. If anger rises, may it quickly go. And then there is a stanza for the same thing. Mata pitti bharang jantu. A person who respects their parents Kule Jetta Pachayana honors the elders in the family. Sanhang Sakila Sambhasa, whose speech is gentle and courteous. Pesune Yappahayana, who has given up the bad mouthing, slandering, divisive speech. Machera Vinaya Yuttan, who is committed to getting rid of Macharya stinginess. Satchang Koda Vibhungaran, very truthful and has mastered how to let go anger. Tangve Deva Tavatinsa. The Devas in the Tavatinsa heaven. Tavatinsa means 33 Deva. There are main 33 Deva. These 33 Deva in the Tavatinsa say, categorize this kind of a person who has these 7 vows like Sakka, Satpuriso, truly, really a good person. So these are the 7 things Mother practice in order to become the Sakka. Even you won't become the Sakka, but these 7 will take you to become a Deva and a very good person in your life. All right, I think we will take time for the questions now. We have almost 7 to 8 minutes. If you have a question, please raise your virtual hand. If you are really concerned about this appamada and every moment that you are wasting is a moment of pamada, negligence. If you have a question, please ask. Anything about today? Yes, Susan, please go ahead.
Thank you, Bhante. Bhante, you said that Mara is the most powerful Deva. And then you said Devanamido is one of the greatest deities. Are they different?
Okay. Yeah. So we don't take it superlatively from the whole Deva verse. Devanaminda is a specific term for the Devas who are living only in the Tavanas. So Sakka is greater and more blessed karmically than all the Devas in the Tavatinsa only. But Mara is powerful in terms of enticing and then snaring others into the karmas. It's not a good one. It's trying to drive people to temptations, and he would like you to be in the sansara. So we take it differently. So this Devana Minda is the highest god or the Deva among the Tavatinsa Deva, not among all the Devas. Yeah, in the 6 heavens. Yes, Lisa.
Hello, Bhante. Just a question. During the time of the Buddha, has Magda been already a Sakka at that time? Is he already a Sakka during the time of Buddha?
He's the one. So we understand it could be in the same during the time. Probably this Magga life was a life before the Buddha's time, probably within 100 years of the Buddha's time. And he already became the Sakka at that time.
Okay.
When he was the Buddha.
And Sujata, is that the same lady who gave the Buddha the milk rice?
No, different one. There are many Sujatas.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay.
This Sujata is Asura lady. Yes, let's go ahead.
Good evening, Bhante. Bhante, out of the 33, Sakka is the head of the 33, right? 33 gods. So the other 32, did they have the same vow as Sakka?
Not as much as Magga's practice. They have done more or less, but Magga had the best. I would call the most extensive practice in terms of these 7 vows. Others have done more or less. That's why they were secondary to Sakka. They were kind of like playing the supportive role to the Sakka in his projects. You know, it's like someone is taking the initiative in the human world for big projects. Others are supporting that person. Something like that.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes, I think yes.
Bhante, just a curious question. Why the Sakka has 7 names? Is it because of his previous life? The names come from that? Or, you know, I just cannot imagine that he has 7 names. Is it because of the title that he was given?
Not he has 7 names. He is introduced by the Buddha and other people in 7 contexts. Normally his name is Indra. His personal name is Indra. But because when the Buddha was explaining the Sakka's karma story, his previous lives, then people learned to use these Pali words. Some suttas he is called as Purindada, Sakka is one of the Sakka Sanyutta. So people learn about his story. So then people started using different names. Yeah, it's not that he had these 7 names. Other people started using.
It's a reference to him.
Reference to him because other people were learning his past story from the Buddha. But he had only 1 name. His name is Indra.
Indra. Okay, thank you, Bhante.
Yes. So we can take another 2 questions and we can wrap this up.
Bhante, may I know where can we get the notes for the 7 practice?
I have already given under this stanza on this same blog post. I know that you're asking me about it. So that's why I posted everything. So if you go to this, let me show you. See, this is the today's poster, OPRC lesson 58. If you go down, this is stanza. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh, it's
If you want more information, I also link the hyperlink here. See, 11, Sankhyanika 11. Click on that. It comes to the real sutta. Vatta Pada Sutta. Sankhyanika. You can see the real sutta over there.
Okay, thank you, Bhante.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bhante,
Yes.
Bhante, what this Sujata, the bad karma, what she has done that she became a crate.
Yeah, very good question. When mother was building a very big, how to say, a hole for the people who can rest on the roads. Other 3 wives came and did certain additions to this particular hole. Now, say for instance, Nanda thought, now my husband is making this big hole, I should add something to this hole. So she thought, I am going to add a fountain to this hole. So she did that. And Chitta, another wife, she thought, I also want to do something. I am going to make a flower garden to this hole, adjacent to the hole. Then Sudama was thinking, I also want to do something because my husband is doing that. And she said, I'm going to sponsor the roof with the ridge poles. But Sujata was a little uppish, a little conceited. I'm not going to contribute to this. And she was like rejecting. She was out of this project. And she passed away. So the reason is that she did not involve in this big project. That's why she was finally her thoughts were not good and she became a crane. But that crane finally refused to eat live fish. Very interesting. And he only ate dead fish, but she couldn't survive. That means if an animal is going to be practicing sila, they might not hunt. They only eat what was hunted by others. something very interesting. All right, any more questions?
Bhante,
Yes.
what's the meaning of gato? Gato in the phrase.
Where is that? Go back.
In the phrase, Devanang Sitatam gato.
Gato. Gato means went. Gato means went. That means all these devas, they were humans before, right? And they went to the Tavatins. Actually, there's a short story. I would make it very summarized. When the mother became the Sakka with his other 32 people, when they were reborn in the Tavatinsa, the Tavatinsa was occupied by the Asuras. Okay, so Asuras were trying to give a treat to these 33 people, some alcohol. We call it Gandapan. And Sakka said, we are not going to take you alcohol. And then Sakka made a determination, you have to leave Tavatins. And then he pushed them out of the Tavatins. That's why Asuras are very mad at the Sura, Devas, till they make the peace at a certain point. So Sakka chased them out from the, So Gata means all these 33 people who went to the Tavatins, went, W-E-N-T, Gato.
Okay, thank you so much, Bhante.
Okay,
Thank you.
I think that's pretty much it. So we're going to now wrap this up. Today we've been learning about Sakka, a very interesting person who's supporting our Dhamma practice. I think in your Chinese culture, you have a certain practice festival for this person also. Jade, what do you call? Emperor Jade? I think there's a day for this particular person in your own culture. Emperor Jade? Maybe someone
Jade Emperor. Jade
Emperor. Yeah,
Emperor. We celebrate on the Chinese 9th day, Chinese Year,
yes,
Chinese
that is
New Year.
Sakka.
Yes.
The intra here. So, not our intra here, our intra. We have intra here too. So, may all the good karmas which we've been making today by learning about Appamada in the context of Maga finally became Sakka. We have to learn from Sakka how he was diligent as a Maga. He did 7 vows. Actually, if you really want to be diligent as a layperson, you can think about these 7 vows. You can engage in these 7 vows and become very diligent in your lay life and mundane life, and as well as your spiritual life. So we learn a lot about it, and then learn about Sakka and how he did that with his 32 other people. May all the good karmas which we'll be making today on this 58th day of our OPRC class be transferred to all the departed ones who passed away in the name of all of us. May they be well and happy. May they attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Idam me nyati nang huntu sukita huntu nyatayo. Idam me nyati nang huntu sukita huntu nyatayo. Idam me nyati nang huntu sukita huntu nyatayo. May Deva, Naga, Mahindika share all these good karmas. May they be well and happy. May they protect and bless all of us for good health, quality of life, and prosperity. Devas are protecting all of us as long as we practice these 7 vows, definitely. May Deva, Naga, Mahindika also be well and happy. May they attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Ittavata cha ammihi sampatang punya sampadang sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Ittavata cha ammihi sampatang punya sampadang sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Ittavata cha ammihi sampatang punya sampadang sabbe sattha anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Akasattha Chibummattha Devanaga Mahindika Punyantang Anumoditva Chiram Rakhantu Sasana. Akasattha Chibummattha Devanaga Mahindika Punyantang Anumoditva Chiram Rakhantu Desana. Akasattha Chibummattha Devanaga Mahindika Punyantang Anumuditva Chirang Rakhang Tumang Parante Chirang Rakhang Tupang Sadati. Moving over to our wish, may we be able to be in the company of Kalyana Mitras till we attain Nibbana. Imina Punya Kammena Mami Bala Samagamu Satang Samagamu Yabanibbana Patya. Finally, may all the good karmas we be making today by learning about Appama, the diligence in the context of young man, Maga, Saka, be supportive and helpful for all of us to attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Abhivadana Silis Nicham Vadha Pacha Inu Chattaro Dhamma Vadhanti Ayuvanu Sukhang Bala Ayuraruki Sampati Sagga Sampati Mevache Ato Nibbana Sampati Iminati Samichatu Sadhu. With that blessing, our OPRC class for today is over. Wishing you good night and looking forward to seeing you next Thursday at the same time.
Thank you,
Good night,
Bhante.
everybody.
Thank you, Bhante. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Bhante.
Bhante.
Everybody.
Thank you,
Sadhu,
Bhante.
sadhu.
Everyone.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Bhante.
Good night,
Thank you,
everyone.
Bhante.
Sadhu,
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 sadhu.
sadhu. And take
See you.
care, everybody.
Take care.
Good
Yeah,
night.
sadhu, brother and sister. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Good
Thank you,
night.
Bhante.
Bye-bye.
Night, Bhante.
Bye.
Sadhu, sadhu. Take care.
Thank you.